Hey guys, and welcome. My name's NG Paradox, and we have something special today. Not only are we starting a new series, which is always a lovely time, but this is actually a sneak peek into the newest version of the CK2 mod. So at this moment in time, the mod, this version, has not been released. Obviously, if you're watching this in the future, this has been released, and you'll know all about it, but for now, we've been given something very new. If you haven't heard, maybe you should go watch my video I would have put up before this. It explains basically what has been added in this newest version of the mod, and the main thing that's been added is a new scenario. It's been a long time and something people have been clamoring for a decent time. Some new scenarios going further back into the history of A Song of Ice and Fire. We're getting the Century of Blood. Now, if you recognize this name, you probably know a bit about the lore and history of A Song of Ice and Fire, because that is a name that should stand out to you. This is basically a scenario taking place after the Doom of Valyria. Well, I mean, actually, every scenario takes place after the Doom of Valyria, but this one takes place quite soon after. And obviously, by the title of it, you can tell that a lot of blood was shed during this time period, especially by the Dothraki, shall we say. But yes, so the name really fits the time period, and there's some really interesting things going on in this scenario, some different places and cultures and kingdoms and places you can play as, some really interesting stuff. And I've decided to play as, for our new series, in this new version of the mod, which you guys will get to play with soon. From what I've heard, I don't know the date and I don't know when, but I've heard it will be soon. We're going to be playing as Emperor Urion Virazes. Now, Urion is a Valerian, a High Valerian who survived the doom of Valyria. He was not there at the time. He was in Quahor on holiday, I guess, or a diplomatic mission. I'm not really sure exactly why, but he managed to survive, and he decides that as one of the few remaining Dragon Lords and High Valerians in the world, he declares himself as the inheritor of Valyria. So he could be a really interesting character to play as. There's some real interesting events for him to have and things he can do, as you can see here, which make him really fun to play as in this scenario. He's kind of like the Aegon the Conqueror in this, or like the Daenerys maybe. You know, the character that has lots of events and unique things going on. Kind of the main character in this scenario. So even though it's maybe unoriginal to play as him, I thought because this version of the mod has not been released yet, he's maybe the best one to show off in this situation. So I decided to play as him. Now let's have a quick look at what we've got. The Century of Blood. The Valerian freehold has collapsed. A doom has befallen the peninsula. That means Valyria is now gone, and the freehold destroyed. It's all gone. My people, my civilization, my nation, my home, even my family. I mean, look at this. Every single member of his family is gone, vanished without a trace. It's so sad. Imagine being him. You know, you go off maybe for a nice holiday, maybe you went to Quahor, maybe to pray to the Black Goat, or maybe just because he thought it'd be a nice destination for travel, and then he hears it's all gone. That would be hard to take, I would imagine. Our two sons, our little boys, 8 and 4 years old, gone. Like that. Nothing. My 2 brothers and my sister, all gone. Not only them, but everyone's gone. A tragic time. It is said that the fire and smoke was so hot that even the dragons have been consumed. The destruction of Valyria has strongly reduced the number of Dragon Lords left in the known world. House Targaryen had already relocated to Dragonstone. Some other Dragon Lords, those who had not been in the Valyria when the doom occurred, have survived as well. The destruction of Valyria has left a power vacuum in Essos. Urion, a Dragon Lord who has been visiting Quahor, has proclaimed himself the first Emperor of Valyria and raised forces from the Quahoric. Volantis, the mightiest of the 9 free cities, has laid claim to the Valyrian Empire. Meanwhile, there are rumors of Dothraki riding out of the east. So let's have a quick look at the politics in the situation and then decide what we're going to do. Actually, first I guess we should... let's look at the politics first, and then we'll look at the little choices we have here and what they will do. There's definitely some different ways you can take it. So obviously, Volantis, as it just said, has decided to proclaim themselves as New Valyria. They see themselves as the inheritors, as the strongest of the freeholds from Valyria. We have Triarch Marquello Targaros, but he is not a true Valyria. This is just Volantis. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Look, SEOC Valerian. He's not even high Valerian. His blood is dirty and murky. Not a true Valerian. He says he practices the Valerian god's faith, but look at his people. Most of his people believe in the roller. That's not the true religion, I say. He's probably just pretending to try and lay claim to Valyria. That's what I think. At the moment, he's declared war on Maya and Lys, so they're kind of in a big fight at the moment. The other freeholds are kind of doing their own thing. I'm sat here in Cahors. So what are we going to do? Well, we have three choices. I will take my host to claim the remains of Valyria. We gain an alliance with the leader of Cahors, Magister Dario Corit. He's obviously been very nice to us. He's let us stay here for the time being, so we probably get along with him. And if we choose that, we will take our host on a dangerous quest into the remains of Valyria. So we could try and go to Valyria to see what is left. I mean, it can't all be gone. I mean, it just can't. I mean, all the dragons can't be dead. The people can't all be dead. There could be some alive. There could be some building. Maybe we could rebuild it. Maybe there's something to find there. Or is it just doom and death? Or we could go for number 2. I will rule over the remaining remnants of the freehold. We gain a 30,000-man regiment in Cahors. That's a lot of men. Plus, we do have a dragon, so that's a pretty good force right there. We gain an alliance with Cahors again, and we declare war on New Valyria. And how many men does he have? 23,000. So with 30,000 men and a dragon, we should be able to defeat him quite easily. And he's fighting these two at the same time. So that could be a good option if I just want to take over Volantis as New Valyria. Or I will stay here and reign as king for now. So we'll gain 15,000 men, so we lose half the men, but we can stay and be king of Cahors. He will relinquish his title to me, the true ruler of Valyria. Now that's kind of a nice option, I think. I think kind of probably the best option for you to be able to do whatever you want is that option. So if you kind of want a free reign, 15,000 men and a dragon, you could take out a lot of people. So that could probably be quite a fun choice. You could go for Norvos, Sarno, Asaria, any of these kind of things, and then maybe go down and attack New Valyria if you want even, and you could probably still defeat them. So that's quite a nice option for people who just want to do their own thing. Now, I'm going to choose, obviously, what I think Orion would choose. If you've not watched my videos before, I tend to like to immerse myself into the game and kind of roleplay slightly, especially with CK2. The traits make this really fun. So when it comes to events and how we go about gaining power, obviously I'm playing a game, so I still want to win and gain power and become powerful, but his traits will help us define how he does this. So, for example, an honorable man will obviously not assassinate people to get to the top. That's not honorable. But maybe a rough man would obviously be less lenient to his vassals if they betray him. So I like to do this type of thing. I know a lot of people enjoy watching it and me doing that. It allows us to have different kind of play styles and playthroughs when we play. It always feels a little bit different. Every character feels slightly different, maybe, hopefully, and tell our own stories and adventures. So who is Urian? He's 36 years old, so he's not too old. Actually, he has a lot of time to get married and rebuild his dynasty. I mean, yeah, it's literally just him. He has authoritative, he's proud, ambitious, and wrath. So with this selection of traits here, you can kind of get a good picture of him. I am really imagine this kind of guy who's very quick to anger. He's very proud of his heritage, and he will not back down. He will tell you exactly what he thinks, and he thinks he's right, and he thinks he's better. And obviously being ambitious, combined with those, he's probably not the nicest of men. But he could definitely rise to the top. We have a very high marshal thanks to our dragon, which we can't see right now because I have to let the time go by. Then the dragons will arrive, and we'll have a look around at the different dragon and dragon riders That'll be very interesting, I think. See different dragons in this scenario, some new dragons. Baylor, Valerian is not here. He's not going to be here. That's way far in the future. We have okay diplomacy, and everything else is just meh. I mean, diplomacy is the only one that's above 10, really, and martial. So not the greatest of men. Trained fighter, that's him. I think he will choose the first one. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because I feel that for him, because of him being proud of his heritage and cultures, I don't think he can believe that his people are just gone. Think about it. If you were just on holiday and you were told your whole nation, your civilization was just gone, that would be hard to believe. And I think he feels he should go there to see if he can find anything. People, buildings, maybe it can just be rebuilt. So I feel that's what he'll try and do. And obviously, even though it's a very dangerous journey, he is ambitious. He's not going to be told that this is dangerous and he's going to back down. He's going, I'm going to do it. So we're going to go for this one. Will it end in sadness, or will we have a good time? We'll have to wait and see. What do we have here? The map to Valyria. An old, haggard man has arrived in Cahors, claiming to have escaped the doom of Valyria, and is brought before your court. Well, if he survived, maybe others did as well. The old man gives you a smile Meraxes would be afraid of. Your Imperial Majesty, it has come to my attention that you are looking for a way to claim the riches of Valyria. As it happens, I have a map in my possession that may help you with your ambition. The old man tells you he is certain about the safest route to the city. He points to it on the map and appears convinced. No doubt the journey there will be long, arduous, and very dangerous. But purchasing this map and following, it could yield great reward. Yes, prepare my host. So there we go. Luckily, we start for quite a bit of money, so that 100 gold, not a big deal. I think the most interesting place actually for these freeholds is actually Isaria, because they have the Valerian religion. It could be one, if you were to take Cahors, attack them, you could have like your own Valerian people try and bring back the religion maybe. That could be a fun one to try out possibly. But yeah, so we're going to travel from Cahors, travel to Valyria, see what we can find. But before we begin, let's set up exactly what we plan to do. Now, I actually want to bring together the different Valerian people that are left, the ones who survived. And there are a few that we know of, which I'll have to look at in a second. Let's have a look here. Recruit the court physician. We should probably do that. Hope I don't have to wait long. We'll send out some letters. We need court physician. We do have some high Valerians in our court who I guess we could say survived with me. They were just my entourage when we got here. My ruler's unmarried. Should probably look for a high Valerian marriage. Someone, who's worthy to marry into my blood. Do we have any high Valerians? Any? Is there really no? Oh, there we go. A Valerian. I do like the Valerian family. She is attractive as well. She's 33, so not too young, but not too old. She can still have some babies. Definitely going to put her down as a possibility. Not really a great alliance, because obviously she's a vassal to the Targaryens, but okay, she's the only one really. She's the only high Valerian. I think it's worth it. Similar age, he'd probably like that. She's attractive, though her picture doesn't make you think that, but that could be good for our kids. Let's do that. Let's marry into the Valerian family. Obviously over here we have Aina the Exile and his dragon, which again we can't see yet until we unpause, but his lovely daughter, Daenerys the Dreamer. She's the girl with the dragon dreams who saw the doom. Nice and interesting character there. She's a dragon rider as well. In fact, the Targaryens have many dragons. Would you be a vassal? No. So maybe hopefully we can get bigger and bring them into the fold. But there are some other ones, which I will, like I said, show you in a second. Get married, pick an ambition. Just get married, that's what he wants to do. He knows he's not the youngest. He needs to get his family dynasty fixed before bad things happen. We're going to go for war because I think once we're done in Valyria, we're likely going to need to go to war. Regent for now. There's no one I really trust, so I don't think it really matters for me. A bodyguard? We have no bodyguards of a possibility. Okay, let's let time go by then. Okay, yeah, just wanted to go down by one day. The Dothraki. The many Khals of the Great Grass Sea have been rallied under the same banner. The leader that managed to unite them all is Mengo, The people of the grasslands now call their leader Great Carl, and have set their minds not only on ruling the Dothraki Sea, but to spread throughout the world under the leadership of the stallion who will mount the world. Is there anyone who can stop the thundering armies of thousands of hooves? Something must be done. So Carl Mengo has united them all, and he's declared war against King Ganache of Gornath. So I think that would be this one, yeah. So he's attacking these guys here. Now, Sarno, as you can see, actually is quite big, but actually the High King actually controls this land. These are his tributaries. So they're kind of all united by being a tributary to the High King, and he probably should be called in the war there. I would suspect they're going to defend, obviously, their brothers from the Dothraki. So we're going to see a big Dothraki-Sarno war, just like in history. 17,000 men there for Carl Mengo. Strong, skilled fighter. He's not young, so he could die at some point. And will his son be able to keep it together? We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. It's too many possibilities. The Fellowship of House Varazes. Whilst preparing for the journey, your Stormsinger suggests you should take someone with you on the journey. Your Imperial Majesty, I've assembled a group of people who are at the top of their respective fields and would be suitable to accompany you on your quest. A great warrior will be quite useful, actually, because I'm not a great fighter, but I do have a dragon, the sailor and navigator. We are going to somewhere now that is extremely dangerous to sail into, so maybe that would be a good idea. The comely healer could be dangerous, might want someone to heal us, or the old man. Not going to take the old man. I mean, could you imagine that? He survives the doom and gets out, and then you just take him back? That seems a bit cruel. So I don't think we'd go with that. Plus, I don't think he'll be that useful compared to some of the others. I'm going to go with the Sailor Navigator, because I feel like Uriel maybe doesn't know much about sailing and stuff, and we need to get there properly, navigate there. Once we get to Valyria, my dragon can help me and stuff, so let's go with this then. And now we can look at our dragon. So here we go. Here is my dragon, Ella Nixus. 128 years old. Now that is an old dragon. 67 martial, so, I mean, not amazing martial, you know. I think for the age of a dragon, you normally want it to be about half the martial of the age. So that seems about normal to me, I think, for a dragon. So he's not bad, but it's not amazing, you know. He's not strong or anything like that, as we can see. Just a normal dragon, but he's quite old, so we have a good advantage there. No other dragon riders in my court, from what I can tell, from what I've seen before. Let's have a quick look. You can see there are actually quite a few dragon riders. There are dragons with me. The Targaryens have 1, 2, 3. I think they have 3. Yeah, looks like the Targaryen... No, there are 4 Targaryen dragons. So you can see in this scenario, the Targaryens actually have more family and more dragons. Could be very interesting to play as. We also have a couple of guys, one in Tyrosh and one in Lys. So there's 2 other High Valyrians who have survived. And they obviously, one was in Tyrosh, one was in Lys, maybe on holiday, something like that. But if you want to play as one of those 2 countries, you also get a dragon rider living with you. And of course, there is one in Yaitai. If you have a quick look. His wife is the God Empress Belena Beleres. She has her own dragon, she's attractive. You can see, actually, the heir to Yaitai is Prince Quan. And he looks very Valerian. And he's attractive. What's her dragon? Valax. 85 years old. And you can see here, it's only 36 martial. That's not very good, I say. You probably want it to be about half. So, about 42, I would have thought. So that's a bit weaker than I'd expect. But it's not a young dragon, so it's still pretty good. Still going to kick some ass. Now, in Lys, I want to try and get the Lys and Tyrosh. I want these 2 guys to come join us. Because they have no land, from what I remember, from when I checked out the mod. They should be landless. So, quick look. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's this guy. Daemon Merntes. I want to bring these 2 to my court, and the 3 of us together with our dragons. Excuse me. The 3 of us with our dragons, we can rebuild Valyria, what was lost. This is what we can do. I can get them married, rebuild their families, and our 3 dynasties will live together for a long time, hopefully, to come. I think that could be kind of fun. if he would come to my court. Send a gift? 15 gold. We have quite a lot of money. So I'll be willing to do that. Come on, please. Yes, there we go. So that's one down. We got Damon to come to us. What's your dragon? Neltharion. 63 and 31 martial. So not, it's a kind of mid-age dragon, I guess. Martial, about the same as the one we saw in Yaitai. And let's go to Tyrosh. I think it's this guy. There we go. I like the sigil for this dynasty. It'd be really cool to get this family to survive. He's 61 years old. He's also depressed. I mean, he has just found out everything he knew and loved is gone. I mean, look at all this family. He had quite a bit of family there. All gone in just a second. He also has a Valerian steel sword, which is kind of cool. And his dragon has a really cool picture there. Zaral. A younger dragon than the ones we've seen. 22 martial, though. I'd say that's kind of normal for its age. I think it'd be great to get him to come join us. No. Send a gift. And there we go. We're going to bring these two to my court, and together we can rebuild what was lost. Hopefully. Unless we die on our journey. Now, Aina Targaryen has quite an old dragon too there. Azantes. 47 martial. Excuse me, I'm having a bit of breathing problems right now for some reason. Don't know what's wrong with me. But Azantes, 47 martial. Not amazing, but not terrible. Does your wife have one? No, his wife does not have one, but she has Dark Sister. His son, though. Heartfire. 56 years old, only 22 martial. And the sister has Denarion, 61 years old, and 30 martial, and attractive, a beautiful dragon there. I think they have one more, the son. Does the sister? No, just the son. And he has a 34-year-old dragon, Ebrion. So there we go, that's kind of the dragons and dragon riders we have then. We've managed to bring a few of them in to join our cause. I'm going to love this. We have to get them married, keep their dynasties around. That is going to be awesome. Give them land, have them kind of be the free pillars of New Valyria, our free families. Whilst holding court in Cahors, a wise-looking man is brought before you. He claims to be famed writer by the name of Thomas B. Costain, and is on the way to the Citadel and is seeking shelter for the night, on this day which happens to be his name day. Thomas B. Costain, Reachman, poet, quick. What would Emperor Urion do? He's a proud man, rough, authoritative, yeah. He's not going to be maybe swayed. Please stay, we shall have a feast to celebrate. You may shelter here, but stay out of the way. Yeah, I think he'd go for this one. I don't think he's particularly bothered. I don't think he's too busy with his, his preparation for his journey. So you may shelter here, but stay out of the way, old man. We've gotten married to this apparently attractive Valerian girl. High Valerian, pure blood. And of course we want a son. We want to rebuild our dynasty. A ship will be required to travel across the leagues to sea to our destination, and through the dangers that will no doubt arise. Therefore it's time to go down to the docks and choose a vessel. Have my flagship, Valyria, prepared and provisioned. My own ship, Valyria. She will sail us to Valyria. I think we're a bit too obsessed with Valyria. I think we want money, because we have a bit, we're just starting with a bit of prestige, but we've had to spend lots of money for this journey. Who knows how much more we need to spend. Yeah. Send me money, Mr. Valerian. I sent you the customary amount, 25 gold, okay. Your rangers report of a suspected witch living in the outskirts of the realm. They have never been able to prove that the woman practiced sorcery, although the villagers do not trust her. She is willing to put her medical mixology skills to good use in your court and offers to become your physician in exchange for naught but a small vial of your blood. A most strange offer. That is a most strange offer. And I think Urion, being quite proud, he feels his blood is important, and he's going to be angry. He's going to be, how dare you? Who are you? You're just a nobody. How dare you ask for my rich, unique, and rare blood nowadays? Off with you. I do not require her services. There we go. He's come to join us. We need to get you married straight away, my good sir. Now we have 3 High Valerian girls right here. Oh no, these 2 are Cohoric. So we have 1 High Valerian girl. You may marry her. We must keep your lines pure, of course. As long as we can. And with him, he brings his dragon. There we go. Married to a 16-year-old at 61. Congratulations. I like that sigil. I guess that's kind of like... Is that like a fist? I think it's like a red fist in the middle. The ship is docked, fully loaded, and crewed, ready to depart on our quest. Saracist is alongside you on the bridge as you give the command to cast off. Our sailor, who's coming with me. You make a joke about naval life, so we sail from Cahors. Where will our journey take us? Well, I mean, we know it'll take us to Valyria, but what will happen? Damon has joined my court now as well. Thank you for joining me, my fellow High Valerian. We are the last of our kind, apart from the Targaryens. But they will not join us. He's too busy in Dragonstone, apparently, to have any time for the likes of us. But we will rebuild. Now, we only have Cohoric girls. Can we find you a... I couldn't see anyone else. Apart from... Yeah, the one that I married. Ugh. I'm sorry, Damon. There's no High Valerians left. You have to get what you can get. No good natural traits. We'll go with her. Taina. She's like a nice girl. There you go. It's the best for now, Damon. I'm sorry. Let's go for our council as well. I'm sure the 2 new people we can change this. No, Imperial Justice will keep him. Chief General. He is a skilled fighter. So he probably would make a good Chief General, actually. We'll take you off there for now, because maybe you can come join us. Lord Treasurer, Master of Whispers. She is the best. She doesn't like me, though, which is not good. This guy, he's a slave, though. Do I really want a slave to be my Master of Whispers? Same with him. Ugh. Send a gift? 16? She hates me 24. She really does not like me. I have to go with one of these 2. This guy likes me a bit more. Collio. He's deceitful, though. Charitable. Patient. Trusting. Gregarious. Brave. I don't like any, but I think he'll like... We have to have someone who likes us. There we go. He'll be the Master of Whispers. Court Physician. That's Master of Whispers, it says. We can't have a Court Physician. Storm Singer. We have no Storm Singers. I guess we are travelling off somewhere, so we're probably not likely to have any. And where will it take us? In fact, I'm going to actually have to end this part here. We started our adventure. We've left Cahors. We brought in the rest of the High Valerians with dragons to our court. Hopefully together. Ooh, if I die, he's actually the heir, which is kind of fun. Hopefully, us 3 can rebuild what was lost with me, Arion Varazes, at the helm of this escapade. Hopefully we can find something in Valyria. Hopefully we can actually just survive. But yeah, I hope you join us for this journey. I know it's not the most unique journey, you know, creating a new Valyria. Happens in a lot of different series. But, you know, we don't need to go to Westeros. Those backwards, barbaric, ridiculous religious people. It's silly people. It's a silly place. We don't need to be bothered with the likes of them. But, of course, we will keep an eye on them for the future. But the Dothraki maybe is far more pressing right now. But yeah, I hope you'll join us for the journey. I'll see you next time. I've been NG Paradox.